Okay, so we've talked about vertical angles a little bit already. So vertical angles, you have to have two intersecting lines, and then they're opposite of each other. So here, my vertical angles would be angle A and angle B, or sorry, angle A and angle C, because they're across from each other. And then angle D and angle B. All right. So if we look down at this one right here, let's first list out what is our vertical angle. So I have angle 1 and angle 3, and then angle 4 and angle 2. Vertical angles always equal each other. So if I said that angle 2 was, let me change my color, 50 degrees, then since angle 4 is vertical angles with angle 2, then angle 4 should also be 50 degrees. Okay, so now all that leaves me is I need to find angle 1, I need to find angle 1, and I need to find angle 3. Okay. Well, I can see that angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary, or I could look at and see that angle 2 and angle 3 are supplementary. I could see angle 3 and angle 4 are supplementary, or I could see that angle 4 and angle 1 are supplementary. So there's a lot of different options you have. I am personally going to look at angle 1 and angle 2. I just chose that one randomly. So I know that angle 2 is 50 degrees, and when I have supplementary angles, they add up to be 180. So I know that angle 1, let's just say this is x plus 50 equals 180. Well, we just talked about how to solve this yesterday. So I'm going to subtract 50 on both sides. So I'm going to have x plus 50 minus 50 equals 180 minus 50. So we left with x equals 30. So I know that angle 1 is going to be 30 degrees. And I know that because angle 1 is 30 degrees, angle 3, since those are vertical angles, is also going to be 30 degrees. So we're kind of combining the supplementary and the vertical angles together to be able to solve this whole problem. So let's look at the next one. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to list our vertical angles. So again, I have angle 1 and angle 3. Then I have angle 4 and angle 2. So I know that angle 3 is going to be 47 degrees. And when I have vertical angles, remember that they equal each other. So that means since 1 and 3 are vertical angles, now angle 1 is also going to be 47 degrees. The next part's the hard part. It's where you have to make that jump. It's now no longer going to equal 47 degrees. We have to find another way to be able to find angle 2 and angle 4. So the best way that I think to find that is to do this, well, really the only way to find it is to do the supplementary angles. So if I'm looking at, let's look at a different one this time. Let's look at 4 and 3. So let's say that this one is x and the other one is 47. So I'm going to have x plus 47 equals 180. To solve for that, I have to subtract 47 on both sides. So I'm going to be left with x equals 180 minus 47 is 133. So that gives me that angle 4 is 133 degrees. And since angle 4 and angle 3, or sorry, angle 4 and angle 2 are supplementary, or not supplementary, vertical, angle 4 and angle 2 are vertical, that means that angle 2 is also 133 degrees. Alrighty, let me draw a line here so you don't get confused. Okay, so now this is when it gets a little bit harder. So I have that angle, let's first write out our vertical angles. So I have angle AOB and angle DOC are going to be vertical. And I have angle AOD and angle BOC that are going to be vertical. So I know that this, let me get out my highlighter. I know that this angle right here and this angle right here are going to be vertical, and vertical angles equal each other. So I can write out that 2x minus 6 is going to equal 75. Okay. Well, to solve this equation, it's a two-step equation. First, I have to add or subtract, so I'm going to add 6 to both sides. So I'm left with 2x equals 75 plus 6 would be 81. And then I'm going to divide by 2. Divide by 2, I'm going to be left with x equals 40.5. Okay, so if I know that this x equals 40.5, right here equals 40.5, that's not what the angle equals. That's what x equals. So now I have to plug that in for x. So I'm going to have 40.5 times 2 minus 6, which is going to give me that 75 degrees. This is a great way to check your answer because these two angles should equal each other. Okay, and then after that, I need to find what this angle is. Let me go back to my highlighter. Let's do orange. Now I need to find what this angle is right here. Angle BOC. So to do that, though, these right here are supplementary. So I have x plus 75 equals 180. Solve for that, I'm going to subtract 75 from both sides. We have x equals 105. All right, so let's go down to our last problem. All right, so here we have x plus 4, and then we have 83. So first thing they want us to do is find x. So since these two are vertical angles, oops, first we have to list out our vertical angles. So I have angle LPM and angle OPS, and then I have angle LPO and angle MPN. Okay, so these two I know, back to what I was saying, these two are going to be equal. So now I'm going to have x plus 4 is going to equal 83. So I'm going to need to subtract 4 from both sides. So I know that x is going to equal 79. So if I plug that 79 in here for x, that gives me 79 plus 4 is 83. Great way to check your answer because these should equal. The next thing I need to find is I need to find angle LPO. So I can see that these two are supplementary. So supplementary angles add up to be 180 degrees. So I'm going to have x plus 83 equals 180. So I need to subtract 83 from both sides. So I'm going to have x plus 83 minus 83 equals 180 minus 83. I'm going to have x equals 97. So I said this one is 97, and then we got x equals 79 for this one. This one came from here. This one came from